Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow finish up 14, Nasdaq up 17, S&P's up 4.5. And as we do each and every Friday, folks, at the 25 past the second hour, we have our technology expert at TFNN, our man, Mr. David White. And, folks, David has an outstanding newsletter. It's the Technology Insider. You can test drive that 1 month absolutely free by coming over to our website at TFNN. Now, when you're at the website, folks, you're going to see newsletters, and then you're going to see investment newsletters. Hit the newsletter button, hit investment newsletters. You see the Technology Insider. You can test drive that right here, right now. Now, as you're over there, don't forget, this is the last weekend for Tiger Dollars. The way the Tiger Dollar promotion goes, folks, you can make 20 to 30% on your money right here. They work like a gift card. There's no expiration date. They're totally transferable. If you get any subscriptions at TFNN, you can pay for them. You get any education at TFNN, you can pay for them. What also happens, and this is the only way you can get it, folks, I'm doing a Master Trader on March 29th. From 9:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon, an hour break. If you buy Tiger Dollars, you get the bonus, but you also get that $900 value absolutely free. Now, if you can't make it on the March 29th, you don't have to worry about it. Why? Because we film the whole deal. It comes on your page, and you can watch it over and over again. David White, what's going on?
Well, it was a big week for Apple.
It was a huge week for Apple. There's no doubt about it. The amazing part is that they're just going to call it the iPad, right?
Well, that's unclear yet.
Okay.
They're not giving it a name yet.
I see.
And if you've been watching the news, you might have seen a lot of these spats about calling it the iPad in China,
okay,
and the lawsuits going back and forth.
Yes.
And you found out, well, I'll get into this, and then we'll get into the release this week. But when they went and bought the name for iPad from the people in China,
right,
they formed a phony company.
Right.
They said that they wouldn't be doing the things that they were doing with it. And so there's a lot of legal stuff.
Oh, Apple is saying this?
No, Apple bought the rights to the iPad name from a Chinese company.
I understand that.
What happened, though, was they formed a separate company.
Who did?
Apple did.
Okay.
To come over and buy the rights so that this company wouldn't know that there was all Apple behind it.
Okay, right.
Right. So they're still fighting over those naming rights, and that's why you don't see a real name, I believe, for the iPad right now.
Yeah.
Because they're still fighting with these people, and when you go through it, Apple, in context of their phony company that was buying the rights to these things, pretty much lied, I mean, big time, about what it was going to be used for,
yes,
and what company it was, and everything else.
Which happens all the time, right, when you're trying to, if you're a large company, folks, the bottom line, the last thing you want is someone to know is that, you know,
you got deep pockets.
Oh, listen, you wouldn't believe how many calls I get to try to buy TFNN.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, there's, you know, what happens, folks, we've been around for so long, there is absolutely no more, you know, you don't get, you know, a TFNN.com, a CNBC.com. It's you can't get them. I mean, you know, and they're always fake companies. I mean, it's a monster company. So
my guess is that they're into negotiating with them on this, and there's probably going to be, before it ships on the 16th of, 16th of April.
Okay.
There's probably going to be some negotiation, and probably something coming out.
The thing that's amazing is that it's the China bank is the one that owns the majority of that company. Yeah, so they get some problems.
Yeah.
You know? Well, here, tell me about the Apple. So what is the iPad? Bigger display?
It is. They've gotten a high resolution display so that they can show HD video on it. And basically now it's 264 dots per inch.
Okay.
If anybody that bought a laser printer, the magic number was always 300 dots per inch, made it look as good as a typewriter.
Okay.
Right? So even back in the 80s, to get a laser printer meant that you didn't have those horrible dot matrix printers, right?
Yes.
So everybody wanted 300 dots per inch at least, and that looks as good as most, and especially with color, it looks better. So these things are going to be great for people that are showing off maybe literature or anything else in a presentation, kind of the more upscale part of the iPad market, in business and advertising, in art, showing off real videos in high quality, maybe not the consumer kind of product, right? So they're really showing this thing off. There's two things that really hit me. One is this thing's going to gobble, when you're watching video in HD, is going to gobble about 4 times the amount of data off your service provider if you're on wireless.
Now, why does it do that?
Because the resolution is 4 times bigger.
I see. Okay. So resolution has to do with how much you're gobbling. I got it.
Right. How much data is coming off or bandwidth you're using.
Okay.
So if you're not hooked up to your local Wi-Fi station at home, and you're using AT&T or those things,
you're going to pay a fortune.
Well, you can burn about 2.5 gigs in an hour of video at HD.
Okay.
More or less, but it's going to be a huge amount. So the company, the first thing I thought is the companies that actually have data plans are probably going to be doing very well.
They're going to love it, right?
They're going to love it. The other thing is that when you look at, if you watched when they were doing the presentation,
yes,
when they announced the price, Apple dropped $6.50 in the 15 seconds after they named the price.
Okay.
And the reason is everybody knew that this bigger display and the new features were going to cost more. But they kept the price at the base level with the 16 gigabytes at the same price the old one was at $499. And instantly you saw it hit because the margins go from 57% from the current iPad to 51%. So that tells me that they're already worried about things like Kindle Fire and all the other products, and they didn't want to get into any higher price ranges than what they had right now. So I'm suspecting that that's a tacit admission that they're already having some issues with these smaller, cheaper products coming in, and they don't want the same thing to happen in the phone business to happen in the tablet business, where now 65% of all smartphones are Android-based.
Oh, Android rules, folks.
It certainly does.
I think it rules anyway.
It certainly does. Now, someone really doesn't have the same kind of competition yet in the tablet.
Right.
But my guess is that they're worried about these $100 and $200 tablets eating into their business, and they don't think that they can go much higher in the price range. And they're willing to cut their margins to stay in that $499 price range.
That'll make sense. That'll make sense. Well, it's going to get interesting. I know, is that how that TV deal is going to shake out.
Yeah.
You know, because if they get something with that TV, I can see that be a growth deal. I mean, they changed the music business, they changed the phone business, right? They changed the pad business. I mean, because we talked about this before, but people have tried to do pads before. Didn't Dell try to do them a long time ago?
I mean, the first actual pad was in a movie called 2001, where a guy used them. So, I mean, the idea of having these tablets around have been around for a long time, at least 40 years.
Right.
So, and actually, there's even prior art to that. But
but they put it together.
Yeah, they actually made it work. And they still have a product that's probably head and shoulders above what is available, but we've probably got maybe 4 or 5 months before the Android version that's probably 98% as good, 95% as good, comes along. I mean, the tablet, this new HD tablet they have doesn't have Siri on it. Which is people have really gotten to love.
That's on the 4S, the iPhone.
Right,
4S,
but it's not available on this tablet, at least at launch. And that's another thing where they're fighting with these people at Siri, which is Nuance Communications. N-U-A-N, right?
Yes. This is David White, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. Don't forget, folks, this is the last weekend for Tiger Dollars. You want to make 20 to 30% on your money? Go to our website at TFNN right here, right now. We're going to be right back. Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the Money Game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the Money Game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. David White, Tom O'Brien. And don't forget, folks, you can test drive David's newsletter by coming over to our website at TFNN. You can see right under newsletters, you see investment newsletters, you see the Technology Insider. And, so Nuance does Siri, huh?
Right. They do Siri, and one of the things is it's not on the iPad, and my guess is that they're also, maybe this, I think a lot of people see the money Apple's making, and just like the people...
They want it in their pockets, yeah. That makes sense.
They see the deep money,
right.
And you know, it's, I love the Godfather movie, the early in the movie, the guy comes by and he goes, just wet my beak. Just give me a taste. I just need a little money. The guy that's hitting up him early in the movie.
Oh, that was a good part. Now I know what you're saying.
He
Right.
said, just give me a taste, right? Everybody.
And he's the first guy he does. Right. Okay,
so,
right.
But I mean, a lot of people are thinking that they see all that money.
Oh yeah.
And I think Siri was such a popular product.
Oh, huge.
And it became out in such a big deal that maybe they haven't negotiated the rights for that on the thing. So that's the other thing that people were probably really waiting to see how it develops out. Maybe you're in now that it's out. Maybe you're going to have to buy it as a app that you download.
That would make sense.
But
that'd be smart of them.
They'd be smart of them, and then Apple doesn't have to pay for it. And when we already see that their margins have fallen from, or going to fall from 57 to 51, maybe they didn't think that they could include it, and they're going to go more to that model of selling the app and keeping their margins a little low.
Sell everything separate. Sell everything separate. Unbelievable.
Separate.
So let's talk a little bit about graphene. We've been and folks, every Friday afternoon, David comes on from the 5 to 6 hour Eastern time. And one of the first times that we were on together, you were talking about graphene.
Right, and this is the new wonder material of the next 20 years. And everybody, I'm on a news list that I probably get 60 papers from different colleges and institutions every week about some new feature that they found about how this stuff works.
So white papers, you're talking white papers. Okay, cool, right.
And there hasn't been a lot of products that actually have come out with something that you could use. Probably the best thing is a replacement for Kevlar vest, a little bit better bulletproof, but they're all coming up with all these neat properties of graphene. And graphene, for those people who haven't heard about it before, is just a one atom layer of carbon, and that's it. But it's 200 times stronger than steel.
That's wild.
It conducts electricity 10 times, well, not 10 times better, but almost as good as a superconductor. You see all those things on TV where they're dropping the temperature to 250 degrees below zero to get copper to actually conduct with no resistance at all. I mean, it's got all these wonderful properties. Now everybody's trying to figure out what to do with it.
So what are they going to do?
Well, the Hong Kong Polytechnic has figured out a way to make a battery, and this battery doesn't run on what everybody else thinks a normal battery runs on. It runs on heat. And the idea is that it'll generate about 2 volts on the heat of a human body, so that these new batteries that are going to come out with don't have a huge amount of power, but they don't run down and they don't run out. If you're dead already, you got a pacemaker.
Yeah.
Imagine having a battery that doesn't need to be recharged in a pacemaker or in some other, like a wristwatch you're wearing. Literally, this is a battery that makes electricity from ambient heat. And the more you have, like a human body, compared to the outside temperature, it's going to be one of these things where I think things like pacemakers, other implantable devices in humans are going to be able to put batteries in them, and these batteries are probably going to last 5-10 years. And just things like wristwatches that no longer will have batteries that die in 2 years, or being able to pick something up and 5 years from now pick the same thing up and just the heat of your hands enough to actually run something. I mean, there's a lot of ideas where batteries die, they fall apart.
Sure.
This is one of the best. It's not gonna start a car.
And graphene, they dig it like a mineral, right?
It's graphite, just like in the pencil of lead.
Okay.
But the difference is, if you create it correctly, it is literally the only element that is 2D. It's got a length and a width and one atom, and that's it. And literally, you can make a sheet out of it, 1 atom thick. And the applications for it in computers, in technology, everywhere, it's immense. It's going to take them a little while to get it out, but applications like this early on are going to just the tip of the iceberg of how many things we're going to come out with.
So what if it goes into computers, what is it going to replace?
Probably silicon.
Oh,
remember what I was saying?
Oh, sure. That's huge, man. Oh, that's huge. Then.
When we were talking about chips, now silicon is in there, but it's not like a superconductor.
Okay.
It uses a lot of power, and that's why those chips have to have fans in them.
Right.
So imagine not only that, but when they conduct power better, you don't have to put near as much power in it. Everybody's concerned about how long their cell phones last and how long the new iPad's going to last for battery life.
No, absolutely.
So you could see battery life extended with the same batteries 2-3 times using graphene-based chips instead of semiconductors. The other thing is that you can run them right now if you buy the top-of-the-line Intel computer, PC at home, maybe 4 gigahertz. IBM already has transistors running on graphene that are running at 200 gigahertz. So especially for applications in the military, the NSA, IBM's already providing those kinds of products that are very good for radar, finding stealth. You know, now we can fly in our stealth fighters, but they're already working on stuff to find stealth fighters from enemies, right? And these kind of new high-speed transistors are necessary for those kind of things.
For the drones, you mean?
Finding anything.
Okay.
You know,
wow. So hey, talk to me about, you get here, Google's working on the Connect interface for Android?
Right. They are kind of knowing that everybody doesn't like smearing their greasy fingers after they've been to Kentucky Fried Chicken all over their cell phones, right? So and even tablets. So they filed a patent last week, and that patent shows a product that's much like Connect with Microsoft, where you just move your fingers around, but you don't have to touch. So, you know, especially...
So I've never seen Connect. So like if you just look at a screen and just move it like that, it'll does it, right?
Right. It'll move the pointer, and as you move back and front, you can push buttons, but you don't physically have to touch.
Really?
Yes, it's good.
And that's Microsoft. That's a Microsoft product, right? Is it?
Well, Connect is. Okay. Google's is setting this up for their own Android phones.
Okay.
It's like that Connect. But if you Connect's a product for Xbox 360. Just like you see those people playing Wii on television.
Yes.
Right? Just so you can interact with it, but you're not literally just playing with a joystick.
Okay.
It actually sees as you come in and out. The difference is that you literally don't have anything in your hand with Connect, where the Wii, you have to have those Wii controllers.
Okay.
You have to literally be holding those, right? So there's nothing you're touching to get the computer to actually, or the device to actually know that you're doing. So the whole thing is going to be... you know, can you be a couple inches away? Do you have to put your greasy Kentucky Fried fingers all over your cell phone? Everybody hates...
So we're going to be just like CSI. You ever see CSI? Throw this here, throw this here, throw this here?
It certainly is going to be a world like that, where you control windows by moving things around, those whole kinds of natural interfaces of moving things with your hands. But the difference is you don't have to touch it. Now, Apple... some of their early patents show where they're trying to make the screen actually give you a feedback. So, like, if you touched it, it would feel like someone was touching back on the other side of it.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe there's a little baby in there on the other side of the screen.
That's wild.
So that's Apple's kind of going down that road, and Google's going down this kinetic road, where you just literally get close enough to it, it's going to know. But you don't have to physically touch it.
There's a lot happening in this technology world. So, and when we start talking technology, you know, you have here Austin, Texas. Austin has always been a neat place anyway.
Well, the home of Motorola for years, right?
Okay.
In the original days.
And that's where CyberTrader started too, you know. And folks, Schwab bought CyberTrader. I'm sure they were sorry they bought it after they bought it. They bought it at the high of the market for $4.4 billion.
Yeah.
You know.
Probably the big thing out there is a festival. We know like Burning Man now and all the other festivals that everybody has. This one's called South by Southwest. And kind of the thing, there was a quote from Yogi Berra of the, was he Yankees?
Yeah.
He always said that I don't go to that restaurant anymore. It's so crowded, no one goes there anymore, right?
Okay.
You know, it was one of those kind of neat sayings. And the problem is that things like the Sun Valley movies that everybody goes to, what is that?
Yeah. I know who you mean. Redford. Robert Redford.
That's what he does. You know, all those things have become so packed with people that you can't get anything done anymore. So this is kind of where a lot of the movers and shakers are going to the South by Southwest. The people you can influence.
So influence in technology you're talking about.
Right.
Okay.
And they do the movies and that kind of stuff.
Okay, just stay right here. This is Tom O'Brien. This is David White. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. We're talking about Southwest Austin, Texas, and we'll find out exactly what they're doing out there. We'll be right back.
folks, turns out my best student became my best teacher. Steve Rhodes absolutely raised my standards, and I'll guarantee he'll raise yours.
Thanks, Tom. What I've learned is that if you want more, you must become more. And that transformation, folks, that occurs the moment you decide to become a master. Now, the quickest way to mastery is through immersion. And for 2 solid days in Denver, Boston, and Tampa, I'll create a new standard of wealth for those few trader investors who have a burning desire to succeed. At my Master Trader course, I'll teach you how to create the ultimate money machine. These are the best kept secrets in the business. Roadblocks, folks. Dabblers give up when they first appear. Stressors last just a little bit longer, but masters expect roadblocks and achieve extraordinary results when they bust right through them. I have all the benefit of knowing the type of wealth creation that I can generate for you. You don't. That's why I'm making this unconditional money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not satisfied with my Master Trader course, I'll refund every penny. That's right. I take all the risk and you get all the benefit. Go to the homepage at TFNN.com and sign up today.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade. Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry, or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. David White, Tom O'Brien. And don't forget, folks, if you do want to take advantage of the Tiger Dollar promotion, this is the last weekend to make 20 to 30% on your money. Come to the Master Trader class absolutely free. It's a $900 value. All the details on the front page of TFNN. We're talking with Dave. We're talking about South by Southwest. And in fact, don't forget, folks, you can test drive David's newsletter. It's called the Technology Insider. When you're at TFNN, go under Investment Newsletters, an outstanding newsletter, folks. So South by Southwest. So is it so tell us what the conference is.
It is a festival.
Okay.
Just like the one that Robert Redford has.
Film festival.
Right.
Okay.
But at the end of the film festival, they have all kinds of little places you can come and meet. And companies, well, Twitter was nothing before South by Southwest. And South by Southwest wasn't much before Twitter really took off.
So they raise money there, too. I get it. So,
right.
So, because Austin's an art community, too, but it's a high technology center. So they're mixing them, which is dynamite.
And a lot of the people from Hollywood would come down here that were movers and shakers.
Right.
A lot of people from the technology from California would come down to this festival and hang out with the other people in Hollywood.
Okay.
So lots of people, lots of money.
Right.
And at the end, you can go out and you can go into these booths and you can see what these people were doing. Well, the Twitter people were there like 2008 or 9 or whatever, and Twitter had 100 users. And then a month later, they had 500,000.
Wow.
So it's one of those things where...
That's amazing.
Especially social media,
yes.
Other new kind of products are launched. But the idea is that instead of doing a lot of advertising and having a big convention like Condex used to have,
right.
You're going after people that can influence and push your product.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Kardashians now and all those people that are in reality TV.
Yeah.
You get to one of them and they start drinking your water or they start doing your thing.
That's right.
And then suddenly it's the cool thing to be, right?
Well, you know what's wild about that? That's a classic because... at the Academy Awards, you always read those stories about that they give out the clothes and the bags and
gift baskets.
Gift baskets, right? Because if you get them wearing their product, you're going to sell a lot of product.
It certainly is. It's the same kind of thing. You've got the high-end people. You've got a lot of people coming from Hollywood that have money, and a lot of people from Hollywood now are big investors in a lot of these things. Ashton Kutcher is a huge investor in Foursquared. You've got just a ton of a lot of these people. Ever since, there was two things. Ever since 50 Cent made $150 million off of his vitamin water. I mean, all these stars can't...
Was the vitamin water his?
Yes. He made like $150 million, and then
and that's a huge product. That's even bigger now.
Yeah, I mean,
so what? Pepsi or Coke bought it, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, one of them owns it.
I just know that like Sammy Hagar made $80 million off of Van Halen off of all those years.
Yeah,
he did the Wabo Cabo.
Oh, okay.
The what is that?
The
tequila.
Drink. Oh, the tequila. Oh,
right.
That's like the Entourage movie. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
He made $80 million all the years with Van Halen. He made $150 million off the tequila.
Really?
Yes. And he still has another $50 million worth of stock. So these people like 50 Cent, all these, they're taking their money and they're putting it in a lot of these little investments. And a lot of people like Leonard DiCaprio, those guys, and Ashton Kutcher's in like 45 different startups in Silicon Valley right now. So a lot of those guys are taking their money, and, you know, I don't know if they're going to be successful, but it's kind of the thing to do now. And if you get Ashton twittering about your product, it's one of those things. So there's it's symbiotic that the stars are pushing the product,
and vice versa.
Right.
No, I can see, because if you were going to do a startup like that, you'd want one of them involved.
But you saw like the Entourage thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what they were doing. The whole Sammy Hagar kind of 50 Cent thing, where these guys are all getting involved in these businesses and using their influence to drive the actual.
Which makes sense.
Right.
Which makes sense.
So it's fairly
and
deep
how long?
in that.
Is this all weekend or all week?
Yeah, I think it goes through like mid next week. But it's one of those things where Burning Man has become too big and Sundance has become too big, and now everybody's hiding out in Austin, and probably everybody will hear about this fairly soon, and then it'll be too big, and someone will have to find somewhere else they can go.
So let's go back to your newsletter for a second. Tell the folks about your newsletter, what you look for.
I'm looking for long-term profits in in very early stage companies. They're going from the early adopters to the mass market.
Right.
And those companies I want to see over years, my goal is to see 500 to 1,000% over a number of years.
Okay.
So we're looking at companies like Microsoft. If you bought them in 1986, you put 10 grand in them when they went IPO.
Yeah.
In 2000, you would have had over $1 million. Those are the kind of companies that have products and ideas that can last a long time. Now, not all these products probably will,
sure,
but as long as we have the story stays the same, that they don't get bought out, that they continue having compelling argument, these are the kind of products, and they've already made money already,
right?
And they're doing well in my newsletter.
Yes,
we see these as the ones that can be those that in, let's say, 5, 10 years, even now, can you when you look at your gold report when it started, you were buying in on the ground floor, and this is the only you can't do that on gold today.
No.
So we're looking at these kind of companies that we can get in today, and the ground floor early when they're not household names, and going to be it. In fact, we had one that went almost kind of viral over the last couple of weeks because we'd had it for a long time, and finally earnings came out. Everybody sees they've got this new product, and now they're all over CNBC, and the thing goes up, 20-25% in one day.
Right.
What are you going to do?
Right. Well, you're already in it. You're all set.
Well, we are.
Yes. Right.
But, I mean, now
you have to be in it like that.
You have to be in it like that, and then what that does is allow us to hang on long term, where we're not worried about getting stopped out every 5 minutes, right?
Right. And well, what's intriguing here is that it seems that the technology run that we're on now is compatible with the technology run that was like 94, 95, even 92. You know what I mean? Coming up, and it seems like it could even be bigger, right?
It certainly can, but I mean, companies like Apple really chum the water. Companies like Facebook coming out. I mean, these people are looking, those are going to be the big names, but I don't think people are going to make a lot of money on them. Even Google, as big as it was, you would have gotten about 600%, which is probably one of the only companies that's done that over the last, 5-10 years or something?
Yeah.
There's not many companies besides Amazon and Google that have done that, and Apple. But now everybody sees those, and instead of being excited about gold like they should have been in 2001, they're excited about those companies. We're looking for companies that they haven't already decided to get as much, they call it terminal
That's right, because they're either changing the way that we're using something, or they have something new like the graphene that's coming in.
We're looking for disruptive technology, stuff that's going to really be a huge game changer.
Come over to our website, folks. You can test drive David's newsletter right here, right now. And listen, folks, don't forget about the Target dollars. This is the last weekend. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Always remember, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it. Step into it, take ownership, and fly with it. Thanks, brother.
You bet.
Okay. Have a great one, folks.